live from the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. Hi, my name is Stephen Quadros. They call me the Fight Professor. I'm seated here with Bas Rutten, mixed martial arts legends, and welcome to the Pride Fighting Championships #1.
Look around, Stephen. Isn't this amazing? What a big place this is.
Yes, it is. Huge, the Tokyo Dome is. And there he is, our first contestant, Murakami Kazunari from Japan. 3 wins and 3 losses in mixed martial arts. His opponent, Big John Dixon. 2 fights in mixed martial arts, both of them losses. Now, you've seen John Dixon fight, boss.
Yes, I did. I was present at the Absolute Fighting Championship in Kiev. I saw him fight. That was actually the first time. And I saw this guy also, Igor Chanchin, also a strong guy from Russia. He's got KO power, but that fight he lost to a knockout. He broke his nose right there.
Well, it looks like Murakami is the smaller of the man, definitely, at 209 pounds. John Dixon weighs 275 pounds. Now, with that kind of weight, oh, they're coming out brawling, boss.
Yep, he wants to go. Kazunari wants to go. Show the people that he's still in the game. After his last loss against Murray Smith. Oh, that was a high kick.
John Dixon coming in and grabbing that leg, taking him down, getting him into the down position. John Dixon on top in Kazunari's guard presently with a right arm across Kazunari's throat. No pressure there, though.
No, this is a relaxed position, you know. He has to try to push himself out. I think he is in the half guard. Let's see if we can see from the other side. We're sitting right across the ring now. Okay.
Kazunari starting to sweep there, but that's a big man to try and sweep off of you. He got him into almost a side mount. He's got half guard now.
Yeah, that's strange. John should try to pass it right now. If he can push out. Like you said, he has a lot of weight advantage. That's it. Stand up.
Yeah, stand right up. And now Kazunari's not going to sit there. Kazunari was in that position before, but Kazunari seems to be the better conditioned of the 2 athletes. And if this fight goes long, I think conditioning is going to be a factor, boss.
Yeah, this is very strange because I thought...
Oh, beautiful hip throw there by Kazunari, who is a judo man. Looks like he's going for an armbar there. He's setting it up. He's pounding away to the midsection. He's got the arm, and there it is.
Straight armbar. It was a very strange thing from John Dixon to do because he stands up. I thought he was going to come out shooting. And then he goes for the clinch.
That was a textbook armbar. He set it up with punches to the abdomen. And then it popped over and it hyperextended immediately. John Dixon tapped out immediately. A very quick and impressive win for Murakami Kazunari over Big John Dixon. Here's the trophy.
That's a beautiful thing about fighting in Japan. You got big trophies, yeah. Unless you're fighting for pancreas, that is. You fight for your honor, I guess.
Well, I think that one of the good things about mixed martial arts fighting versus some other forms of fighting, let's say boxing, is that John Dixon quit in the fight, but he quit honorably, and he wasn't hurt per se, like he didn't take brain damage or he didn't die. Now look at that hip throw. That was classic judo, going up high. He's got the arm trapped here, boss.
Yeah, you can already tell he's going to go for the straight armbar, you know.
Here in our next fight, on the left, Big Daddy Gary Goodridge from Canada.
And he can brawl. That's something I can tell you. He got some strong arms, strong punches.
There he is. One of the strongest men ever in combat sports, Gary Big Daddy Goodridge from Barrie, Ontario, Canada.
I heard he's an arm wrestler and the world champion. So
he's put down many men's arm in arm wrestling. 1,001 hour reportedly one time. His opponent from Gorky, Russia, Oleg Taktarov. Now, both of these men made a lot of waves in the Ultimate Fighting Championship in the United States. Oleg Taktarov won the UFC number 6 tournament with a chokeout victory over Tank Abbott, and Big Daddy Gary Goodridge made it to the finals in UFC number 8 in Puerto Rico, and now they're going to go head-to-head. So you've got a finalist and a winner of the UFC. Taktarov, primarily a grappler coming from Sambo in Russia, and Big Daddy Gary Goodridge, more of a boxer.
Yeah, Oleg trained specifically on boxing. He went to the Wildcard Club in Los Angeles for this fight, and he worked a lot on boxing. So I think he doesn't want to go to the ground. He probably wants to see if his boxing is going to work.
And I noticed he's wearing boxing trunks. Any kind of a statement there, like, yes, I am going to box you.
Yeah.
It's like a guy coming out wearing tie shorts. You know he's going to throw a low kick.
What's win, Gary?
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to box with a guy like Gary Goodridge.
Well, especially because he's very new at the game of boxing. Gary Goodridge, if there be a criticism of his punches, he does tend to loop his punches, although that jab was pretty crisp. Both men just on the stare down. Gary knows that Oleg wants him on the ground. Gary with a right low kick, but Oleg counter with a punch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's going to be fire.
There's going to be fire and fireworks. Oh, good left hook by Taktarov.
Nice. Combo, left hook, right straight. Very nice.
Both men waiting. This is really unlike Gary Goodridge, because Gary Goodridge usually comes out like a house on fire, blazing with the punches right away.
Oh, a little cut there.
Yeah,
Right
Oleg
on
is
the left
already
eye.
cut. Yeah. Gary waiting for Oleg to punch at him, hands down at his side. I guess he figures he's already got him cut, so he's already at a good situation in the fight.
A lot of respect here also, you know. They try to feel each other out. Who's going to throw the first bomb? Who's going to throw the counter on that, you know? So it's going to be something interesting. That's what I can tell you for sure.
I think Gary has a lot of respect for Oleg, because Oleg fought another very powerful man in Tank Abbott, took a lot of abuse, and then choked him out. So Gary knows that if it goes to the ground, Oleg is very dangerous.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to take the fight to the ground. That's one thing for sure.
But the fans are getting restless here. Gary coming in with a jab and right hand, both miss. Gary initiating the attack. What is Oleg planning? Is he going to drop down low for a single leg takedown?
I really don't know. It really looks like he wants to box. Oh, that was hard.
Big right hand by Goodridge, knocking Taktarov down. Another huge right hand by Goodridge.
They have to stop the fight
chopping
right
away, and Oleg down, and Goodridge dropping the knee on Taktarov. Back fist. Taktarov in a world of trouble here.
Oh, he's on his back, and everybody knows he's a tough guy from the UFC. We saw him fight, taking a lot of punishment, but this was a lot of power coming all over him.
Oleg is busted up bad. Gary has got to pace himself here, because Oleg took a lot of punishment from Dan Severn when they fought.
Oh, a kick! That was a hit.
He's yours all the way through. Continue.
Oleg can really take a shot, because he's taking punches from Dan Severn, as I said before, from Tank Abbott, and now from Gary Goodridge. Those punches would have knocked most mortal men out.
My God, yeah. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. He has a cut above his left ear, also somewhere in his hair, as the cut underneath. But everybody knows he's a bleeder, so to say.
And now he's doing a split.
And there we go.
Now he's back up, but this isn't where he wants to be. He doesn't want to be standing up with Gary Goodridge. Not now. Not after those punches landed.
Yeah, but Gary didn't give him not another choice. You know, it was get up and fight, or just lay there.
Oleg's all busted up.
He should try to go for a takedown now. That's what I would do.
Fortunately, those cuts are not above the eye and do not impair his vision. Otherwise, the referee and doctors would have to really think about stopping the fight. Shooting in for the takedown. Gary sprawling perfectly. And back up.
Oy. Energy throwing. Interesting fight.
This is a clash of a striker versus a grappler.
Ooh,
That's it. Easy, Emmys. Easy,
it's a good one. It was a good punch. It connected. Oleg should wait till Gary makes his move and then go for a takedown.
I'm impressed at Gary Goodridge's composure and his ability to conserve energy.
Take your time, Gary. Don't lose energy.
That was his corner
Wow.
saying it, same thing that you just said.
Amazing.
Huge right!
Huge right hand!
Oh my God.
Oleg is knocked out!
God.
He is out! That right hand bounce smacked him unconscious. Oh my God, what a knockout! What a knockout! Gary Goodridge showed why he did not want to stand there and wait for that punch. A clean knockout. Oleg is on the back.
What a punch. What an unbelievable punch. Full hits. And I think the two shots when he was down on the ground, that was dangerous. This can end somebody's career, man. This is dangerous. The ref should have jumped in. Oh, here we go.
Okay, here it is. Now Gary's very relaxed. He fakes there. Got his hands down. Oleg shoots in for a mid-level attack and then catches one right upside the temple. And he was out. And those two right hands there. Oleg was already out, but Gary's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, it's a fight. It's a fight. There are no rules,
There
no
it
time
is.
limit.
Right there, right on the temple. That knocked Oleg out, and those other two punches were icing on the cake, but Oleg's unconscious here.
Oh, what a brutal knockout. It's the right hook that catches him on the temple. There he goes. Oh. Scary to look at. You saw the towel flying in from Oleg's corner.
Here it is again, different angle. Oleg had his hands down, reaching, not really knowing, and that split second is all it took for Big Daddy Gary Goodridge to end the fight with a flurry of three huge right hands. Looks like Gary might have hurt himself early in the fight.
I felt the break. I can feel it. I can still feel the pulse. That's okay.
I think he said, I felt it break. I think it was the kick to the head when Oleg was on the ground and he kicked him in the head. I think he broke his foot there.
There goes Oleg. Oleg really took a shellacking there. And Big Daddy getting some ice there. Look, what an impressive victory for Big Daddy Gary Goodridge.
Now, hopefully everything's going to be okay with Oleg. I guess we will find out later. But it's good.
Okay, in this next fight, it will be Japan versus Brazil. Making his mixed martial arts debut, Akira Shoji. Actually, this isn't his mixed martial arts debut. This is his second mixed martial arts fight. His first fight was a loss at the Numax Cup by a decision. He's facing one of the most feared fighters in mixed martial arts, undefeated, Rickson Gracie.
Talking about a lot of submission skills here. Renzo is a guy who just fights everybody. He doesn't care who's opponent, who he fights. You know, a submission fighter, he fights kickboxers, weight. It doesn't matter at all for him. I truly respect this guy.
In Renzo's last fight, it was in Brazil against one of the cross-country rivalries, Eugenio Taddeo, with the luta libre system. Now, luta libre and jiu-jitsu have this bitter rivalry over the years of which style is better. And that fight ended with a riot, and it was declared a no contest. Both men had given as well as they got in the fight. And now Renzo is going to come in and he's going to face Akira Shoji. What can we expect from Shoji? We've never really seen Shoji, but he's fighting in Japan, so he's fighting with the pride of his country behind him.
Yep, and about 45,000 people right there.
Lots of
Behind
pressure.
the shoulder.
Lots of pressure on Shoji. Renzo inching forward. I expect Renzo doesn't want to stand a fight. He wants to body lock probably and go for a takedown. And there it is. He's got the underhooks. He's got the body lock now. And looks like Shoji is controlling the leg. But you cannot hold the ropes in Pride. And the referee, Yuji Shimada, is moving Akira Shoji's arms away. Now, Shoji's trying to use the ropes to his advantage because he knows that Renzo's going to take him down.
Yeah. He says, okay, I'm not holding it, but every time Renzo tries to take him down, he underhooks again. Hey, you fight a guy like that, you're going to use all the tools you have.
I expect this is going to be on the ground very soon. There it is. And Shoji almost giving his back. Now, Renzo Gracie in the mounted position in the corner. This is not a good position for Shoji, boss.
Absolutely not. And the bottom position against Gracie, no, you don't want to be there. And I saw him fight before. Renzo never lost until now in NHP. I saw him fight against a Dutch guy, Ben Spijkers. He's a judo guy from Holland. Actually real good. He was in the Olympic team and Renzo choked him out, so he's really good.
And it looks like Renzo has got that left arm of Shoji under control. And he might be trying to set him up for an armbar. And Shoji's just reaching straight up. And this is not a good thing to do in this fight against Gracie, not sticking that arm up like that, boss.
Yeah, I think that Shoji is trying to push himself under the ropes right now. Renzo should try to move him away from the rope. Since he's got a good position, try to turn him away. You're in mount, you have a good control now. But you don't want to be there in the corner. Shoji is going to push himself, see? Okay, they're going to bring it back to the center of the ring, I guess. That's a good thing. I like this rule. Not a stand-up, you know. They're going to pull them back to the center of the ring. And there they're going to restart the fight in the same position.
I agree, because this does not penalize the ground fighter. In fact, it makes it more of an even playing field, because if they stood them back up, it would favor the stand-up fighter.
Yep.
But here, Shoji trying to buck Renzo off of him.
Yeah, which is very difficult, I can tell you that. He's coming in with good left hands to the head, left hooks. Get the underhooks in. There are not a lot of submissions you can do from the mount. I would go for striking, or yeah, straight arm bar he can go for, but oh, I don't know if this is a smart thing to do.
It's a bad position because Renzo has got the legs wrapped around the waist and he's going to go for that rear naked choke. Shoji covering up, but Shoji can't see those punches coming. There's the choke right there. Shoji has his chin down and his head turned, but it must be a mental.
It slips under.
Shoji standing up. Look at this. Look at this.
What a position.
This is like the battle of the koala bears.
I've seen those, man. I've been in Australia. That's crazy.
Shoji's using all his energy here. Is he trying
to push him out the ring?
Okay. Now that was clever.
Yeah, very clever. We don't know what they're going to do right now. They're going to start in the same position. They're going to start it standing up again.
I believe because they fell out and broke apart, they're going to start him standing again. A brilliant strategy by Akira Shoji to get out of that rear naked choke. I'm sure that angered Renzo Gracie because Renzo had him.
Whoa!
Shoji pulling for a single, back into a clinch here. Renzo with the knees, Renzo driving it hard.
Body locking. Shoji got the underhooks, which is not very good for Renzo, but he's using it very well actually.
Especially since Shoji at 194 pounds has a 9-pound weight advantage over Renzo at 185.
Yeah, but Renzo fought more heavy opponents, so I don't think he really cares about that. Yeah, Renzo's trying for that hip throw. It's difficult from that position now. He's going for the underhooks.
Looks like both men resting here, planning their next move. Renzo's done fairly well with the knees, but they're in close now, so it's harder to deliver a knee strike unless you go for the knee or the leg.
Yep. create some space. That's what they need to do in order to strike effectively with the knees. But this is a position, I don't know, you know. Yeah, they got both arms locked, so it's not that bad. But normally if you start throwing knees, they grab the legs and they're going to take you down with it. So I think the smart thing to do right now is pull them up, keep them up like this, under, and don't let Shoji go to the legs.
What's amazing to me is that Shoji was able to fight his way out and use this strategy to get out of some submissions from Renzo Gracie.
Left knee.
Not very many people in this weight in the world could do that.
No, you're right. Oh, he's headbutting right there. We saw Renzo making a left knee to the head. It wasn't real hard, but it was there.
You might want to go for that again because Shoji's leaning. Oh, now he's going for he's got half a guillotine here. He's going for a shoulder crank.
Let's go.
He doesn't have the proper position though because Shoji has him straight up and down against the ring post there.
Yeah, in the corner, he cannot twist him to the right or to the left. It's difficult. Whatever he's going to do, whatever Renzo is going to do, he's going to throw him against the ropes. So push his head down, Shoji's head, to the ground so he cannot grab the legs. But hey, always the best people are watching. That's what they say in Holland. The best boat drivers are on shore, the captains.
It looks like Renzo's barely breathing in this fight right now. Not a lot of energy being expended. One thing about fighting in Japan when a match like this happens, boss, and I know you know this because you've fought many times in Japan, the Japanese audience will be so silent you can hear a pin drop.
It is unbelievable. I was in Pancras. I was not allowed to talk anymore because I spoke a lot with my corner, like talking about things. And it was not allowed anymore to be in the corner and talk to your opponent. So what I did, I put my cornerman all the way in the back of the hall. And he was shouting from the back of the hall to me all the instructions. And I could hear him clear because everybody was quiet. It was a perfect strategy. Here we go for the front choke.
Yeah, Renzo's got the guard, but he's got one of the arms in. And Shoji using a lot of energy here trying to stay up. He could possibly win by submission. Shoji trying to smother Renzo. Renzo's got Shoji's left arm in, and he's cranking him, but he doesn't have the right position.
No, with an arm closed inside together with the head, I don't believe you can finish somebody.
I've seen it happen, but it's very rare.
Yeah, very rare. The only thing that you have to do when you get caught in it is turn your throat away from the choke, so face his body, look to his ribs, and it's gone.
Usually people that finish someone with a half a guillotine with the arm in like that have a strength advantage over their opponents because Shoji, being the bigger of the two, could muscle his way out.
Yeah.
So he wasn't in danger of being submitted there.
Yep.
Although it did make him weaker because it still creates pressure and it affects your breathing.
Yeah, but I don't know. Renzo is throwing away a lot of energy. If Renzo thinks that he's got him in that choke, he was pulling and pulling and pulling, and I don't think that's a good thing in a fight, especially when you stand up again. After you pull hard and hard and hard, it's very difficult to punch, to strike.
That's an excellent point. Renzo on the bottom with the guard around Akira Shoji. Those of you who are new at mixed martial arts, the guard means that the person on the bottom has both his legs around the person on top's waist, sometimes open, sometimes locked, as we see Renzo's feet are locked. Shoji chopping away with punches to the body, a smart tactic, although it's really hard to stop someone being in that close.
Yeah.
You can't get a lot of distance on those punches, so really, really do damage to the ribs.
Yep, and distance is what you need to strike 100%.
I expect the referees are going to pull them to the center of the ring again and restart them in Gracie's guard.
Yeah, they have to, because this is it's difficult fighting under the ropes.
It's funny because end of round one. Okay, end of round one. Shoji made it through that round, ended up on top, escaped not one but two choke submission attempts by Renzo Gracie. The first being the rear naked choke, and the second being the guillotine.
And it was a very smart thing that he did, you know, throw him out of the ring. Here we go.
Round 2. Here Shoji bouncing around, blinking that left eye a little bit.
Hanzo actually looking comfortable like this. Normally the jiu-jitsu fighters, you see them standing, they're leaning all the way back and they have like a really strange boxing stance, but Hanzo actually has a boxing stance, and there he comes.
Well, Hanzo has said that he has worked on his boxing and that he can punch. So maybe he's looking to land that right hand.
Yeah, he came close to it already. But I don't know. The way when I look at Shoji, it's looks like he can take a shot, just by the looks of him.
Yeah, the short, stocky build, not a long neck. Hanzo shooting in, Shoji sprawling, Hanzo on the bottom. Shoji almost getting Rickson Gracie's back. Nice work by pure Shoji.
Very beautiful. This was very beautiful. He should have passed the guard though, because he was in the perfect position.
Well, Hanzo did nice work as well, because as quickly as Shoji sprawled and went for Hanzo's back, Hanzo rolled out and pulled guard.
Yep.
So an excellent sequence there, grappling-wise, by both fighters. Offensive by Gracie turned into defense by Shoji. Looking like...
Look what Shoji does here. He's pushing his jaw into the throat of Hanzo. He's using also his jaw to push on the side of the head of Hanzo. He's headbutting, he's using all the tools. Look at this.
Boss, was there ever a time in your fighting career, during your pancrase career, that you invented a move in a fight that you had never used before?
Now, there was a time that I saw a day before on a big screen when we were walking in Tokyo, somebody making a heel hook. And I saw, hey, that's a cool move. And then the next day I had a fight and I was in that same position as that guy was on the big screen. And I thought, you know, let's try it, see if it works. And I broke actually somebody's shin bone with it. So I won that fight. It was pretty cool.
So we would say that you have a pretty quick learning curve then.
Oh yeah, I do, pretty much. I have to, because I'm totally new in the game. I was totally new in the game, and I have to learn a lot. I spend a lot of time on it, you know. Submissions, it's very important nowadays.
Now, you've been in the position that Shoji's been in, having your second fight in Japan. What kind of feeling is he going through right now, fighting a guy like Gracie?
Yeah, you know, for him it's a no-lose situation. He fought one time, if he's going to beat Hanzo, he beats one of the best fighters in the world. If he's going to lose to Hanzo, you know, there's no big losing there, because it's Rickson Gracie. So everything that he's going to give, it's going to be good.
Hanzo looks like he's trying to triangle that leg around Shoji's left arm, and now,
here we go.
Hanzo going for, Shoji pulling out his arm's weight. He almost got shoulder lock there. Shoji standing up. Look at Shoji bouncing back and forth like, come on. Hanzo's probably thinking, wait a minute, I tried everything on this guy. How do I get this guy out of here?
Yeah, I'm telling you, this guy, and he looks in shape, look at him.
But look at the look in his eyes, boss. He's got such fire in his eyes, such spirit.
The samurai spirit, here we go again. It's typical Japanese. These guys want to go. They rather get choked out or knocked out. They will never tap or quit.
Now Hanzo is very dangerous in this position when he stands back up. Standing back up. Hanzo looks like he's getting a little winded here.
Yeah, listen, if you go for submissions and you throw all your power in because you think you have him, and then the guy escapes, that's not something that doesn't cost any energy. So, of course, he's winded, and it's what I said. He's pulling and pulling and pulling, and then you have to get up again. But then striking, it's very difficult combination.
I think that Shoji, because he's got the lack of experience, is not pursuing him and taking advantage of his windedness.
Yep.
Because Shoji knows that Hanzo is dangerous in a variety of different ways.
Yeah, if I was Shoji, I would start throwing bombs. But yeah.
But maybe Shoji doesn't have the striking background.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're just waiting, but I mean, come on.
Shoji obviously has some grappling skill because he was able to avoid Hanzo's submission attempts. Now, sweat is a factor at this point because if you're working with a gi, submissions are quite a bit easier, but when the body is slick, it's like you've got oil poured over your body, and it's really hard to lock out those submissions, especially around the neck, because Shoji's got such a short little neck, it's hard to get the legs or the arms positioned around that neck.
Yeah, plus you're wearing the gloves, especially chokes. It's real difficult. You have to slide a choke in. You have to slit it in, otherwise it won't work. It's very uncommon, you know. It's very strange when you would choke somebody with the gloves. It's easy to defend.
That was a cracking low kick there by Renzo
I
Gracie.
saw it. I couldn't believe it. I think that's the first Gracie we see throw a kick.
Good defense there by Shoji to that left hook. Shoji coming firing back with his own right low kick.
Whoa, takedown again. Good defense, but maybe not good
It's too
enough.
high, but Shoji going for his own half guillotine. Henzo really driving for that single, but using a lot of energy in the meantime. Shoji really smart, keeping that left leg way back, using it to steer any direction. That way it doesn't get flipped over.
Stop, don't move.
They're gonna restart the fighters, same position, toward the center of the ring.
Yep. And Shoji, we see him using his cup to push down the head of Renzo Gracie, which is also a very smart thing. You control the head, you control the rest of the body. He can't come up.
You mean with a protective?
Yes. Yes, with a protective cup.
Got it. Just wanted to make sure we were clear on that.
Oh no, we are. And he goes, single leg.
Henzo really driving it hard. Henzo almost got the, and there he goes. Henzo finally gets the takedown.
No, this is the position he wants to be in.
Now Shoji's got Henzo locked up pretty good. Got the overhook with the right arm, and Henzo's hand cupped in. We'll see if Henzo can pass Shoji's guard, or if he can just maybe start to punch Shoji from this position.
Yeah, he probably can. Here we go.
Henzo almost getting the mount. Henzo got the mount of position, but Henzo almost getting flipped over, and Shoji bucking up. Shoji slipping out the back door, almost into an armbar. Shoji pulling out of an armbar.
Wow.
Look at that.
This guy, we're going to hear from this guy.
That was impressive, and as I said before, boss, the sweat
That's it.
makes a big difference.
The sweat made him escape the half guard, but then the sweat worked also against him when he went for the submission again.
And Henzo, being a little tired now, couldn't just hang on for dear life, because you've got to give it up. If you know you don't have the submission, why waste the energy?
Yeah, just relax. I would put my hands behind me so you have more control. Yeah, you know, he's really tired. He wants to rest.
Now, Shoji is smart here because he doesn't lunge in, because in Henzo's second to last fight, he fought Oleg Taktarov, and Oleg was in the same position Shoji is in. He leaned over, Henzo threw a kick straight up and knocked Oleg Taktarov out. Shoji knows that.
Oh, yeah.
Shoji's not going to stick his face up over Henzo, because Henzo will shoot that kick straight up, because he's got all of the earth underneath him and just a heel going straight up. Shoji's smart. Shoji should just back up.
I think so too, man. He should or start kicking, don't give him the time to breathe, don't give him the time to recover, or stand back, let him get up, or just start kicking the legs, do something. Every time you attack somebody, his breathing rhythm is disturbed, you know. Right now, he can rest. He's totally resting. If you start attacking him, kicking the legs, start to kick the body, it sounds strange, but you can, it will break his rhythm and he will get tired.
I think by watching Shoji, not knowing a great deal about him, I would bet that his striking training is minimal compared to his grappling training by what he's not throwing.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Although that was a good shot.
Yeah.
Henzo imploring him down into a ground fight, but Shoji not willing to engage Henzo in his strengths, saying, "Oh no, you come up here."
Yeah, so listen, man, step back. If you want to have him on his feet, just step back and let him get up. But yeah, he doesn't really want to do that too.
No, he doesn't.
No, this could be a long fight like this.
Yeah, I think that Shoji is making the fight at this point.
Yep, oh, for sure.
This is not really Okay, that's the end of round 2.
Thank God for that, because
Now, I would have to say that Shoji did the best work in that round.
I think so too. He had all the escapes. Henzo had all the attacks, all the attempts, but Shoji just slipped out, escaped out. Henzo throwing a lot of power away. It's a good fight.
It really is, and the thing that impresses me is for the lack of experience that Shoji has. He's gone up against a gladiator like Henzo. Look, Henzo getting his back, and Shoji's doing exactly what he should do, but almost getting caught there, but having both hands together and just banging his way out, and all fired up.
It was a
one
beautiful,
of our lovely, lovely Pride ring girls.
It was a beautiful transition, going from the choke, Shoji shaked him up, and then he went straight for the armbar. Beautiful. It was beautiful work from Henzo.
This is where Henzo Gracie must dig deep, because after 2 long rounds, Henzo has not beaten this guy.
Oh no, he needs a knockout or he needs a submission. And it looks like that Shoji is getting stronger and stronger. He's got all the spirit, all the people want to see him win. And he wants to, to prove something. It looks like he's very determined.
Beautiful right low kick, boss.
Yeah. Those gonna take his toll.
And he set it up off a fake jab. That's one of the classic techniques that people from Holland use. They use that left jab and then the right low kick right behind it. Henzo with a good cracking right roundhouse kick to the body.
Just feeling each other out. Wild hand. Yeah, what do they do? What should we don't know anything, Shoji. Those low kicks, he cannot take too many of those low kicks.
Well, we know that Shoji has probably seen some kickboxing, maybe even K1, living in Japan. And so he probably, by emulation alone, we don't know, he may have been training those, but he's got a strong leg, and Henzo's shooting it again, throwing it high. Shoji with an uppercut, partly grazed against Henzo, didn't land cleanly.
Well,
but Henzo seems to be a little bit puzzled about how to deal with Akira Shoji.
Yeah, it's like you see him thinking what to do. Set it up. I would, if I were him, set up some strikes, go back, set up some more strikes, and then the third time, then go for the dive, go for the leg. Right now, Shoji has a real good takedown defense, at least on Henzo's shot. So I would try to fake him out a little bit with some punches.
As you said before, Shoji is in a no-lose situation because Henzo, having been so dominant in his other fights against most of his other opponents, really hasn't shown dominance other than, like, the first round he was in control, but the second round he wasn't. And now he may be tired, and Shoji is still standing there in front of him. So Henzo needs to impose that legacy of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on Shoji, but he's not able to at this moment.
No, you're absolutely right, man. But it's difficult. He can't figure him out. He doesn't know anything about Shoji. You got the low kick again. You see their legs are getting red already. He can't figure him out. He says, I can't submit him. The guy's slipping out of everything.
Oh, that is red. That's quite a bruise.
The good low kicks.
Boss, you know, the kicks to the leg, the next day and the next week, it's brutal.
Oh, yeah. Even the day on the event, if he can keep throwing them, it's going to hurt him. His takedown is going to go away. You know, he doesn't have his leg anymore. He cannot use his leg anymore. So gone takedown.
One thing that Shoji is doing is he's waiting till the right moment to throw the low kick. Because if you throw a low kick at the wrong moment, it's easy to scoop the leg and get a takedown. And he doesn't want to really go to the mat again because Henzo, he can take a guy out late. He can take him out early with those submissions.
Yeah, he should set everything up like he did before. Give a punch, then a low kick, or a left straight, or a left hook with a low kick. Maybe a combination and a low kick. But if I was him, I would focus on the right low kick now.
Henzo Gracie is the winner of an 8-man no-holds-barred tournament the World Combat Championship. Henzo shooting in, coming up short with that shot, and Shoji on top in control here. Henzo in the turtle position.
Not a good position to be in.
Knees to the head here. Evidently, they do not allow knees in this fight. Henzo pulling guard. As I was saying before, Henzo in 1995, October 17th to be exact, made it through 3 wins to win the World Combat Championships, defeating Ben Spiker from Holland, Phil Benedict from the USA, and James Waring, who's a former world champion at kickboxing and boxing. So he's gone an endurance route over one evening, winning 3 fights. But this is more like one long fight rather than 3 fights.
Yeah, and especially against a guy like Soji, you see now. The guy is an energizer guy. He keeps going. It looks, like I said before, he's getting stronger, it looks like. Okay, we're going to set something up, it looks like. Soji better stay very close to him and don't give him any room to go for submissions. This is the best position for him to be in right now. Could be a long fight, this one.
Isso aí, vamos buscar, vamos respirar para tentar dar mais uma raspagem.
I think one of the things that Henzo didn't expect from the newcomer here, Shoji, is the fact that he didn't make very many mistakes.
Yep.
And the mistakes he did make, he fought his way out of. Oh, knees to the tailbone there.
I'm telling you, those hurt too. If you keep doing them, if you keep kneeing him there, it's going to hurt him later on in the fight.
Faltam 4 minutos, 4.
Oh, he's going for the arm. Oh,
there's that leg. He's trying to shoulder lock, but Shoji, to his credit, is keeping he's keeping the arms locked behind Henzo's body. So it's going to be very difficult for Henzo to get that leg in front of Shoji's face.
Ele tá agarrado numa mão na outra embaixo de você. Só isso que ele tá fazendo.
Yeah, he's got to stay low here. You cannot give him any room. Give him any room for Henzo to put his leg under, his foot under. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's going to try for that shoulder crank maybe later on when he sits up, but otherwise.
He's trying for the shoulder crank, but he's also
Now he turns it. Beautiful.
Excellent. That was just perfect because he set it up like he had given up on the hold. Shoji relaxed. Oh my
and
God!
Again, that's up.
Shoji. Wow.
What a guy.
That little sequence there should be part of every mixed martial arts highlight reel about how to grapple effectively and with action, boss.
Yeah. He lost totally the mount position. He was mount, he was striking, he twists, stand up, and that's it. It's like he's just getting up and getting out. Unbelievable.
Look at that leg.
Oy, 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 oy.
You're right, boss. Shoji should go back to the low kick.
That's it. And especially further in the fight, because the more tired Henzo's going to get, the more difficult for him it's going to be to take Shoji down. So you can take some risks and then start kicking the leg.
Well, it's funny because a lot of this fight they've been looking at each other or laying on each other, but little moments like that last moment are in a way worth waiting for.
They make the whole fight. They make it everything worthly.
Look at the look in Shoji's face. Such determination. But Henzo has not changed his determination at all. But in the back of his mind, he must be thinking, what do I have to do to this guy?
I'm telling you, he's trying to figure out everything. Yeah, like I said before, I think the best game plan is to start striking and then for a takedown, do something. But all the takedown attacks he had, the attempts, they were stopped by Shoji.
I think
pretty much all of them.
I think that in a fight like this, we can see where these fighters are both primarily, with the exception of a few kicks, primarily trained in grappling.
Yeah.
And they're probably both thinking, boy, what if I knew how to box like Mike Tyson, or what if I knew how to kickbox like Bas Rutten or Peter Arts? What would happen here? I think maybe in the backs of their minds, it's always going back to the drawing board after a fight like this where you're frustrated, you can't dominate the other guy. You want to go back and figure out new tools in which to do that.
That's exactly it. Now they're going to go back and they're going to train. They're going to concentrate more on striking, which is going to make them a better fighter, more overall.
Because the wrestling and the submission grappling has been pretty good by both men, although Shoji hasn't really gone for any submissions. But who would want to go for a submission against Renzo? Renzo knows every counter for every submission. Shoji looks like he's getting fired up here.
And then right motive again, he should keep going. He should keep going.
I'm telling you, Shoji's condition is unbelievable in this fight.
Nice defense.
Good defense. Shoji wailing away here. Shoji really catching a second and third win here. Is he gonna get a mount on Renzo?
No, he stopped the mount.
Pounding away, and Renzo trying that up kick. Look at Shoji.
Look at this guy.
He's fighting like it was the first round. Like, come on, stand up.
Wow. Oh, he's there to fight. That's one thing for sure.
Well, you heard the crowd, and I would have to say that this crowd is going to want to see Akira Shoji again.
Oh, yeah.
And there it is, the end of round 3, and
the end of the fight.
Rickson Gracie kips up, but he can't be really happy with his performance, and he doesn't look happy.
No, because all the things that he went for, they didn't work. And I think it's kind of frustrating if you do that against a guy who nobody knows. You know, he's quite a newcomer, and he did.
I don't know. On a fight like this, it's really hard to determine a winner because it's a draw. The fight is a draw, and I think that's fair because both men tried their best, but Shoji was never on the verge of finishing Renzo, nor was Renzo on the verge of finishing Shoji.
Yep.
So I like a draw. Maybe a rematch down the road.
Oh, that would be something, huh?
There's Renzo on top.
Look at this escape. This is our favorite escape.
Now Shoji mounted. Shoji's flipping out, going out the back door. Look at that beautiful out the back door escape. Was that textbook? And look at Shoji. Come on.
Beautiful.
Listen to this guy. Look at these guys. These guys are huge.
He's an old sumo wrestler, and there is a whole story behind this guy. Actually, he was hitting a woman from a very high standard. I'm talking about a sumo. His opponent is big too.
Yeah, this is Nathan Jones here from Australia.
Anyway, what I was saying, he broke by accident the arm from a wife of a very high-class Japanese guy in sumo, so they banned him from sumo wrestling. He can never do sumo anymore.
You're talking about the gentleman on the right, and that would be Koji Kitao. Koji Kitao, former Yokozuna, right, boss? And that means the grand champion in sumo.
Oh yeah, he was good. He was very good.
And he's 6'7", weighs 390 pounds. Nathan Jones being no shrimp at 345 pounds.
You don't want to have the big guy on top of you.
Okay, there's been a lot of references in the past to Japanese cinema, and one of the classic films from Japan was Godzilla. And over the course of many sequels, Godzilla faced a lot of really big monsters himself. This is like a Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah.
You've got a big, huge Australian versus a Yokozuna who's 6'7". This is going to be like all of Tokyo is going to get leveled from this fight.
It's going to be very interesting. From what we've seen before, the sumo wrestlers didn't do real good in the UFC. We saw him nice spitting here on a cameraman. Did you see that?
Now this guy's bouncing around trying to do like a Muhammad Ali move, but he's maybe a little too big to be spry on his feet at 345 pounds. He may want to use strikes against Koji.
Yeah, I think he should go kicks to the legs. I always think legs that carry that weight all day long, you know, they can't be that super strong.
Nathan
Ooh.
Jones with a spinning crescent kick, one of the most underused kicks in real martial arts. You see that kick a lot in movies, but
345-pound guy doing it, it's unbelievable.
that was pretty fast. That was pretty fast. The crescent kick, though, I've only seen one crescent kick land in many fights. I'm going for the left high kick there, boss.
He should go for low kicks.
And he's got a guillotine choke, but I don't know that anything about his background in submissions, but Katao's got to watch out here.
Move him around with your weight. That's it. He's a big man, but so are you.
Nathan Jones obviously isn't familiar with submissions because he would want to drop his hips and move his hips forward and start creating pressure on Koji's neck. Koji would try and grab that leg and go for a takedown. Nathan doesn't appear to be going for a submission here, boss. He's got it perfect.
He's got it perfect.
And he gave his leg up. Oh, bad strategic move there by Nathan Jones. Gave the leg up, basically. Koji, the side mount. You don't want to have a guy like this side mounted on you. How are you going to get this guy off of you?
You're not. You know, if the guy's smart and he's just holding you and using his balance and weight the right way, it's very difficult to get him up. The only thing he can do is try to move on the ground, keep moving, make the guy tired because he's got a lot of weight to carry.
Nathan Jones, by the sounds, sounds like he may be almost in panic mode, but he's relaxing. When you're on the bottom with a man who weighs 390 pounds, it is imperative that you stay relaxed. Otherwise, you'll use all your energy in 10 seconds. Oh no, he's going for a key lock. Oh, he got him on a key lock. Unbelievable.
The Americana. We never expected this to see from a sumo wrestler.
Koji Katao. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Nathan Jones isn't a grappler now, is he, boss?
No, he is not, man. He had him. But he came out with some nice kicks. He should have started kicking him to the legs. That was the wrong strategy.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to see either one of these guys breaking into the top 10.
Yeah, you never know. You never know, but
because
I'm
this guy
sure
just gave him his arm here. And he just... the guy laid on his back, didn't try anything. Now, true, he's a big guy. This guy knew nothing about the ground. Nothing.
Look, he gives him the arm.
He didn't know anything about the arm.
And it's not even like, it's not even a real hard lug. It's like he's just, people who are strikers are most of the time afraid of submissions, and they tap when they think, oh, I can break something. It doesn't even hurt, but they're already afraid, and then they tap.
Okay, this next fight features a man who does know a little bit about striking.
Oh, yes.
On the right, that's Branko Sikatic. He is the very first K1 Grand Prix champion in Japan. And if you don't know anything about K1, there's his opponent. That's Ralph White from the United States. He's out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He's got Dale Apollo Cook, former world middleweight kickboxing champion, in his corner. And Branko Sikatic right there from Croatia.
Yep, he's training in Holland at the famous Shakuriki gym.
Yeah.
We see there
He's got
Tommy Herring.
Harnick Jr. in his corner. Son of the legendary trainer, Branko Sikatic there, in his 40s, but got knockout wins over Ernesto Hoost.
Everybody.
A lot of great fighters in stand-up. This fight will be under stand-up rules. This is not a mixed martial art fight.
He is a special individual. He's got knockout power and everything. Branko, Bradomir.
Well, he's going to touch gloves and then do a back kick. That was kind of a cheap shot.
Yep.
I mean, Branko coming out, throwing the left back kick, and Ralph White firing back with kicks to the body. One thing you have to watch out for with Branko Sikatic is that right hand.
I just wanted to say the same thing.
That right hand has got the power of Thor in it. He hits you on the button, the fight's going to be over.
Everything he does, even his jab is a strong weapon. It's hard. And his kicks look real stiff, and his knees, but they're real powerful.
But I'll tell you, Ralph White looks like he's got the right strategy. He's got to move around. he should do what he was doing there and chop with the legs. He can't get into a punching exchange with Branko Cikatic.
No, that wouldn't be a smart thing to do. Stick and move, that's what they say, huh?
There's the inside kick.
He's going for a back kick, it looks like. He's twisting his hip. Let me see. No. Branko, I mean. No.
I wonder how they feel about fighting with the gloves with fingers as opposed to fighting with boxing gloves. Oh, that was a good shot.
Whoa, good shot. Yeah, they're like the Enter the Dragon gloves. You see that?
Yeah.
From Bruce Lee.
Like that beginning fight scene where he fights Sammo Hung.
Oh, nice.
Now, that was a good trap there. Sammo Hung, it's for like a promotion test in the Shaolin Temple, but this ain't no Shaolin Temple. This is Pride Fighting Champ. Bronco coming in, raging away.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Bronco threw a shin kick when Ralph White was down. I don't believe that's legal. And Ralph White.
Oh, look at his head.
Look at that.
What has he got on his head?
Oh, my God. That looks like a horror movie, like Scanners. Like, like an alien's going to pop out of his head or something.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's not good.
Something's going to come out.
That's not good. I think if anybody has ever seen any Sigourney Weaver movies, this is the time to run for the popcorn stand because an alien may pop out at any second. Oh, that's not good. That must hurt. I mean, do you think that? Well, it looks like his cognizant powers are okay.
Oh, I've never seen this.
But they're not gonna. I mean, one punch or one elbow on that whatever that bump.
I like your Scanners comment.
Scanners, or in Rocky, where Rocky's cut and swelling, where they said, "Cut him, Rocky, cut him," and he cuts the cut open and drains it.
Yeah.
And I doubt they're going to do that here.
No, they should stick a needle in it and then suck it out, maybe.
Like a big cyst. That wasn't a nice thing for him to throw the kick when he was down.
Oh, no, and full with the shin. It was not like the foot. It hit him with the shin bone.
Yeah, it's a good thing John McCain didn't see this fight.
Oh my God, would have end everything.
Look at it, it's getting bigger. Maybe a little Clearasil. Look at, there's the right hand.
That right hand was
and
full
here
on
it
the
is with
button.
the shin kick. Boom!
Oh.
Ouch!
Ow!
Ow! You don't want a guy from Chakariki Gym who does thousands of kicks a day on Thai pads and on the bag to shin kick you with a soccer kick like that. But amazingly, it didn't knock the guy out.
Are they gonna restart?
Bronco's acting like so.
Let's go.
So what? Deal with it.
I was in Holland with Branko and Ernesto Hoost when they fought, and then he also threw a cheap shot, and then the whole audience started to throw cans of beer in the ring against Branko. Man, it was a riot.
Well, one time Bronco fought Dennis Alexio in Vegas,
Oh, look at that.
and the referee broke the fighters, and Dennis hit Bronco when his hands were down. And then Bronco couldn't continue. Then Bronco went to Dennis Alexio's dressing room after the fight, and they were started arguing.
Oh yeah.
So Bronco, he will take matters into. Well, he'll throw away the rule book occasionally.
Okay. I believe it, man. He's from a tough part of Croatia. He has a security business there. A lot of bodyguards and bouncers working for him, and he's just one tough MF. Let's say that, huh?
Yeah.
On the American TV.
A major force.
Yes, major force, exactly what I mean. Oh, so I can't say that. Okay, thank you.
Well, there seems to be quite a bit of discussion.
Oh.
Good thing headbutts aren't legal.
This did not cause this lump on his head. No way.
No, it was a shin.
It was his shin.
Yeah, let's see the rerun again.
But I'll tell you, if he kicked him on the other side, he would have a nice little, give him a devilish little.
The devil look, yeah. Could have Diablo. Okay, here we go. Boom.
That right hand was a good shot, and Ralph fumbled down, and then
Oh.
that's
This is going to be disqualification.
yeah. There's going to be controversy here. I don't blame him, his corner man, for making a protest here. To be honest, I mean, boss, if you were in the corner of a fighter and this was not allowed, you'd probably make a protest too.
I will be, protest for sure. You know, I don't believe in jumping in the ring and pushing the ref. I think that's all childish when you do it. But I would go and protest. I would say the same thing what he says. So he says, watch the tape, watch the rewind.
It wasn't the right hand that did it. The left hook missed. It was the shin kick right here.
Oh, that was the kick.
That was it.
Yep. Yep, I think so too. Disqualification would be a good decision
Well,
here.
you know, Branko Cikatic had a really classic battle in the United States with Don the Dragon Wilson. And that was back when Branko was undefeated. He was 30-0 with 29 knockouts. And Don Wilson broke both of his hands in that fight, but still knocked out Branko Cikatic.
Yeah, but I heard something about low kicks in that fight, that Branko was kicking him with low kicks, and then Don went down, and then later on they said he cannot kick him anymore.
No, the low kicks were legal. He kicked Don right on the knee, and Don didn't check it, so he was injured for a moment. But low kicks were still used throughout the rest of the fight.
Oh, okay.
It was a low kick
wow,
fight.
that was a good win.
This is
Yeah.
kickboxing. It's legal in Vale Tudo. It's not legal in kickboxing.
That's Dale Apollo Cook there in the blue and black and white, making a protest, and rightfully so. Dale Cook making a point that this was a kickboxing match. We're going to see what kind of a verdict they do here, but look at that.
It keeps growing.
It does. I mean, this guy could really get a job in a B horror movie after this movie. If he wanted to make some extra money before he got back in the gym.
Yes, sir. I like to star in a horror movie. Oh, yeah, you fight with Branko first, okay? Branko Cikatic, take a fight. We will use you.
Or he could go down to Roger Corman and say, I've got this script. It's called The Bump That Wouldn't Die. And then in the movie, have a rematch with what Branko doesn't seem happy with this. Branko acting like he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, but
What would go on in the mind of Branko Cikatic? Wouldn't he know that he broke the rules?
Yeah, no, it must be an acting, because if it this was totally illegal, man. Totally illegal.
Well, I don't know that they're going to touch gloves here. What could this discussion be? I'd love to hear what Branko is saying right now. And there's respect here. It looks like Branko's apologizing. Okay, good. They finally show some good sportsmanship. Okay, now this is a battle of two Ultimate Fighting Championship veterans. Pictured on your screen, the tattooed one, Kimo Leopoldo. Now, he's really famous, boss, for giving the Rickson Gracie one of his hardest fights.
Yeah, the fight after Royce fought Kimo, Royce gave up
Because
he backed out.
He's so banged up. And there he is, Dan Severn. He's a multiple titleist in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He won UFC 5, the tournament, and he won the Ultimate 95, the tournament. And then he became the UFC heavyweight champion, and he's a well-studied wrestler. Kimo comes predominantly from like a street fighting background. He did claim Taekwondo, but I think when that was just to confuse Rickson Gracie before he fought. Because
for sure. Or he had a very bad Taekwondo teacher.
Kimo looks like he's raring to go. Kimo coming in, but Severn chopping over with the right jab. Neither one of these men known to be a boxer, so I would expect this fight to go to the ground, but they seem like they want to trade a little bit standing here. Kimo does have his chin up high. You wouldn't want to do that if you want to trade punches.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing to do, and you see many people in mixed martial arts doing the same thing. It's like, if you go to a boxing class, it's the first thing they tell you: put your chin down. You don't want to get hit there, you know. But for some reason they do it. It's like they have more view or something. I don't know what they think.
Well, not only that, Kimo looks to be bone dry in this. Before you come out and really want to box or even just fight mixed martial arts, you really want to be warmed up properly, because otherwise the muscles will be stiff, they won't be relaxed, and you're going to get tired.
Yeah, I always go real hard in the dressing room already. I'm pretty much having my second wind when I walk to the fight. I think it's the best way. Also, you're sweating, makes it more difficult for your opponent to get you in submissions.
Kimo looks tight here, boss. He looks real tight.
Oh yeah, he's ready to go.
Severn is not really a boxer, per se.
No, but still, he landed a few shots. Not on the button, but he hit the head.
Severn with the right foot forward is a southpaw and shouldered Kimo there, but Severn is blinking and turning his head as Kimo comes charging in at him. The one thing you don't want to do if you're going to be in a stand-up war.
No, they say the knockout punch is the one that you didn't see. And if you look backwards, oh my,
This is like a schoolyard slapping match.
you have the clash of the kittens.
And there's two big guys doing the slapping. I mean, Dan Severn weighs in excess of 260 pounds, where Kimo's somewhere around the 240, 250 pound range. I believe he's 235 in this fight. But they're in that clinch. Dan Severn, coming from a Greco-Roman background, having apparently achieved over 500 different wins in wrestling.
Get position, get position.
Yep, but Kimo's got 3 wins in a row right now, and he wants to keep this, the winning streak, see if he can make it 4. But yeah, you have to go through Dan Severn, who also won his last 4 fights. Actually, he had a draw against Jeremy Horn, and a loss against Mark Coleman.
Let's go now.
But for the rest,
That's your position.
he has a very good record.
That loss to Mark Coleman was on a side choke or a headlock. Severn went or turned his back flat to the ground. Kimo coming in with a wild punch.
If that hits,
It's
gonna be
good. Yeah, but it missed.
but it missed, of course. But I mean, if it hits, look at this. You see, this is like the tough man competition we have in Europe.
Yeah, or the United States, where you get 2 guys, big guys, strong guys, can lift weights, maybe even wrestle a little bit. Just go out there and throw haymakers. That left hook landed,
That was a nice left hook.
but it actually didn't have a lot of power on it.
It's yeah, he should continue with striking. He's looking down. I don't know if he wants to kick or he's trying to distract him. Kimo is looking to the feet of Dan Severn.
I get the funny feeling that we're not
You
going to
see?
see a lot of kicks in this fight. Yeah, Kimo is looking down. He's looking at his legs like he's going to shoot.
Yeah,
But that would be a smart thing to do because you throw a punch.
Yep, it would be a perfect distraction. Sorry, man.
But it also may be a bad thing because if Dan Severn were a good striker, while he's looking down, just hit him in the face.
That's it. Overhand, right overhand. Clang. For him, it will be the left then because he's a southpaw.
And Kimo's hands are down. Kimo's hands have never been even close to his chin in order to be having a good defense if he were fighting a good boxer. But again, these are 2 guys who are used to grappling, especially Dan Severn. He's a wrestler. Kimo primarily has won most of his fights on the ground. He's never stopped anybody with a punch or a kick standing.
He's doing actually a good job in defending the takedown because I really thought that was Dan Severn's going to go, since he's a wrestler, for a takedown. But Kimo stopped him a few times already, so he's doing a good job.
But I think maybe Dan Severn, having achieved so much as a grappler, winning 2 UFC titles and winning a number of collegiate and amateur wrestling titles, maybe trying to show that he can stand up a little bit. That's got to be the reason why, because it would seem that Kimo would be relatively easy for him to take down.
I don't know. It's
Because he hasn't tried to take down.
no, he did one. Yeah, it was a sloppy, but he went to the legs and Kimo defended it. It's right what you said. It's true what you said, but I don't think if it's a smart thing to do. I think you want to have Kimo on the ground and then use your weight difference.
Because he's not trying to lock up here when they go into a punching exchange in close. He's trying to trade with him. He's not trying to body lock. Watch. When they go into you see, I think, there's a kick. Oh, what do you know? I think Severn is trying to prove a point here. I think he's trying to show that he can do stand-up, and what better opponent than Kimo, because Kimo is not really that much of a stand-up fighter either.
Yeah, but we don't want to see a fight the same fight as when he fought Ken Shamrock, that striking match. We don't want to see that for 3 rounds. At least I don't want to.
We don't want to, maybe, but we might be on the verge of seeing that, boss.
Yeah.
We'll see, though, because Severn could be setting him up. He could be making him think, okay, this is going to be stand-up, and then take him down, get side control, go for a key lock, or do a neck crank. He might try something. One thing for sure, though, Kimo, unlike some of the opponents that Dan Severn has submitted, is quite a bit bigger and stronger than, let's say, Anthony Macias, who Dan Severn almost outweighed by 100 pounds.
Yep.
So the strength from Kimo will give Severn problems until Kimo gets tired, because Kimo did gas against Rickson Gracie.
Yeah, but maybe he learned from it, and maybe he worked on his stamina. But it looks like, from what I'm seeing, he did a lot of weight training.
Yeah, but this is just...
And I don't think it's real, it's that important, weight training. Actually, I don't think it's good.
No.
It's good to do it, make a lot of reps, but not main weight training, you know? Concentrate more on fighting. You're fighting, you're not fighting a weight.
Well, right now we've got anything but an exciting fight. It's 2 men, basically, who apparently cannot knock each other out, because they both hit each other on the chin a couple times, but neither has been hurt. Kimo reaching for that one, but Kimo's missed so many punches.
And every time I notice that when Kimo misses,
He shows frustration.
yeah, he says, ha! I mean, you shouldn't do that.
And you don't want to show your opponent that you are frustrated. You don't want to show your opponent any of your emotions, really.
No, keep your hands up, Kimo.
Yeah, but Kimo's hands are anywhere but up.
Yeah.
Kimo's hands are down below his pecs. Now they're up, but with all those muscles from lifting weights, by keeping your hands up, you're going to get tired. That's the problem.
And if he needs to bring his hands up all the way to his jaw, he's got to bring him way up, because his jaw is way up in the air too.
Not only that, because his biceps are so big, you have to go against the muscle. And you have to use muscle just to keep your hands up.
Hand back up.
Yeah, like you said, Stephen, it's I see a little fatigue already.
One more.
I wonder what to expect. We got 3 rounds of 10 minutes.
Well, Severn going for a takedown off that lazy left kick, but missing. And sweat's going to be a factor. Unless he cups behind the knee and gets that leg solidly, he can't do it on an ankle pick. No way.
Yeah. Oh.
So we know what that hit.
Yep. Actually, I never realized, but Dan Severn he looks kind of like Eddie Mercury.
Yeah, well, I believe that Tank Abbott had mentioned that a number of times in commentary at the
he
UFC.
did? Okay.
More of in a derogatory way, but he's quite a bit bigger than Freddie Mercury.
Oh, no, he's quite bigger, yeah. But you know, the thing is, we never see the tapes in Holland from the UFC. I saw the first 2, and that's about it. So I have to catch up. But that's a good thing. I like to watch tapes, you know, from old fights. It's nice.
This is frustrating for me to watch this, because these guys are not stand-up fighters, and they're trying to initiate a stand-up fight.
Yeah, it's a carbon copy fight of Ken against Dan. Feeling each other out and don't...
But at least they went to the ground and they did some grappling.
Yeah, but we might see it here, maybe. We don't know it.
I really can't picture either one of these guys knocking the other man out. I cannot picture this. Not with a punch nor a kick. This is got to go to the ground so that Severn can use his wrestling and the few submissions he's got, or a ground and pound, or so that Kimo can use a rear naked choke like he did against Bam Bam Bigelow, or use like some of the other things, maybe ground and pound. There may be too much respect in this fight, boss.
Yeah, I'm getting frustrated of it, because there are so many times that they can throw in a good solid punch, but they don't. Like Kimo is standing in the striking position. If Dan comes close, he can give him the right straight hand. What is difficult about throwing a right straight hand?
I think what it is when it's a new game, that they're afraid that if they make a mistake, they'll get countered. But the other guy's not going to counter them, because neither one of these guys are counterpunchers.
Yep.
Both these guys have probably hit mitts and bags. I don't know how much sparring they've done, but you really can't learn. It's like you can't learn grappling in 2, 3, 6 months. You can't learn stand-up fighting in 2 to 3, 6 months. You can get to where you can defend against it.
That's a kick. His own foot. He can hurt his own foot with that.
Yeah, because he was pulling back and he caught his instep.
Yeah, but it's exactly right what you say, Stephen. You can't learn it in 6 months. But what you can do is, like, if you're a wrestler like Dan Severn, for instance, he's a good wrestler. He knows he needs to work on his hands. Go to a boxing gym. Train 2 times a day boxing, 4 days a week, and the rest wrestling, and that's it. You will improve a lot in a short amount of time.
Again, we don't see Dan Severn dominate the way he has in the past, and he's throwing punches that are not real well schooled, almost like a slap.
Yeah.
And it's not even it's not a pancrase open palm strike either. It's more of a slap. It's like a downward slap. I know that Maurice Smith made some reasonably condescending remarks about Mark Coleman's punching ability before he fought him.
Yeah.
And Coleman can punch a little bit. Now Severn landing a right hand there, and Coleman could punch a little bit before he made. But Maurice Smith, being a world kickboxing champion, wanted to try and get into his head and maybe force him into a stand-up fight. I doubt either one of these guys made slighting remarks to each other about their punching ability.
No, they can't. If they would, it would be not right.
But neither one of these guys is a trash talker.
No, you're right. But this fight, I want to see go to the ground, and hopefully something happens on the ground. That would be better.
Because absolutely nothing is happening standing up. It's a thing where we want to see fire. The audience can't be pleased with this. This is like a dance contest.
A simple combination, like a right straight to the body for chemo, right straight to the body, and a left hook to the head. Simple combination like that would do the trick already, and vice versa, you know. You go, if Dan would give a left straight to the body, and then a right overhook, you know, it will probably trick him out already. It's like, because every time they go low, nice shot, nice takedown. Does he get it?
That shot was a real. Oh, it looks like he. But good sprawling there.
Nice. I told you, man.
You should throw the knee right here. Chemo should throw the knee. But
that's energy. That's energy. Throwing away energy.
Severn really cannot punch.
No, he cannot. And the takedown didn't work either. That's what I said before. Kimo got a pretty good takedown defense here. His reflex, he's got good reflexes, you know.
Well, Severn, at being well over the age of 40 years old, that takedown didn't have a setup from a punch or a kick or a fake. The shot was real obvious, and Kimo saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah,
Dan Severn is a wrestler, but he needs to be in a clinch, a Greco-Roman clinch or a body lock, something, because on the outside, he can't bridge the gap, because being that he is 40 or so, he's not going to have the speed, and that shot is going to come in too slow.
Yeah, and also let's not forget about endurance. You know, it's the older you get, your endurance is going to go away. You can't train that hard anymore because, you're not a young guy. You have to recover. You know, I already notice it. Sometimes I have to sleep during the day an hour just to hold up. You know,
Well, Severn, even though he is over 40, for his age, has got unbelievable endurance.
Oh, yeah.
For his age, he really does.
No, and a lot of respect, too. You know, I mean, he did very well in the UFC. I mean,
I think that fighting a guy like Kimo, who has only had, let's say, five mixed martial art fights, he hasn't been able to establish really anything. Kimo has really learned the game, especially the game in order to not get taken out by Dan Severn. But what Kimo hasn't been able to do is hurt Dan Severn or get Severn in a position where he can take Severn out or submit him or knock him out. So this fight basically is two guys shutting each other down, but no one's really seizing the moment.
Yeah, I know, man. And now I realize also that there are no 3 rounds of 10 minutes. It's a 30-minute fight, or because they just announced 15 minutes. You know, the rules are all over the place.
Yeah. Now Severn coming in with a punch combination that clearly missed. Kimo didn't really even have to block it; he just needed to tilt his head. Both men continued to box, I guess, or at least throw punches toward each other. I don't know if that's boxing.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating right now.
I don't want to be condescending towards these fighters because I respect both these men getting in there. Both of them have fought Royce Gracie. Both of them have fought Ken Shamrock. Both are true warriors. But the game plan, I've got to be a little critical of by both guys.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm speechless right now. I really didn't want to see a fight like this, and now we see one. So let's hope there's going to be a takedown and some action on the ground, maybe. I mean, we tried 15 minutes this now. See if it works. Even you hear the Japanese audience, which is very rare, to have them start yelling.
This is just, what can you say? I'd like to see Lucia Riker versus Christy Martin
Oh yeah.
more than I'd like to see this fight.
No, that's probably going to be a total different fight, even when it goes to the ground.
Now, Dan Severn being one of the legends so far in mixed martial arts, he won the UFC 2 times, he won the heavyweight title, he beat Ken Shamrock. Sometimes people say, well, a mixed martial artist can beat a boxer or a kickboxer, but right now I'm not so sure. But again, it would probably be a different strategy if it was a real boxer in there. Dan Severn would do everything but stand up like this. He'd be on him like glue.
Yeah, but if he does it like this right now, he's not going to make it. You know, if the boxer has,
he would just walk right in and knock him out.
That's it.
Because one thing we haven't seen, and this is so important with punching and kicking. Well, the kicks Kimo's landed, but how much power those have, we don't know. Evidently, they don't have that much power because Severn has still got both his feet firmly planted under him. The point is this. The accuracy has not been there for either fighter, and the crack at the end of the punch has not been there.
Nope. And the kicks are with the foot. And one kick landed on Dan Severn's knee, but I think that would hurt more on their feet than it did on his leg. The other one also with the foot. You know, if you low kick somebody, you want to use the shin bone. You know, it's more harder, more sharp, crisp, clear.
Severn is doing a fundamental mistake with his punches. He's bending his wrist back when he punches.
Ooh, that was a good knee to the solar plexus. Yeah, I know what you say.
He's bending his. Oh wow! Kimo's cut.
Yeah, and he took a good right knee to the body. He should follow up on that. You know, he hits him. Follow up.
Kimo's dropping his jaw now. Looks like Kimo, on the external, it looks like he's in better shape, but maybe cardiovascularly, he may not be in as good a shape as Dan Severn.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Dan has been there way more times than Kimo has. And
Dan's got 20 fights in mixed martial arts and no telling how many fights in wrestling. He's been in that ring hundreds of times.
Yeah, he's also a naturally strong guy. You see, and I think that it gives you a better stamina.
Yeah, because he's a bigger guy, so he doesn't have to lift weights to get the size. He's just that big.
Yep. Whoa.
Both men keeping their chin up high, but trading punches. Kimo going for a right to the body. That actually was a good right, but it looked a little short. Severn landing a couple good right hands there, but
he lands hands there, but not good hands. There's no solid impact.
Can't believe Severn just checked that kick, boss. Good left hook by Kimo. Didn't have a lot of zip on it. Didn't even phase Dan Severn, but nonetheless.
Oh, that was good.
Good short right hand by Dan the Beast Severn.
1 minute to go, and then we are hit 20 minutes. The audience starts. They want to see more fight.
Who could forget Dan Severn's classic matchup in the finals of the Ultimate Fighting Championship number 4, where he was on top of Royce Gracie. It looked like he was dominating the fight for over 15 minutes, only to be caught in a triangle choke. Dan Severn didn't know what hit him, got choked out, had to tap out. It was funny, when that show happened, the UFC was only under a 3-hour time broadcast, but the fights had no time limit.
Yeah, I know.
And the broadcast cut off before the end of the fight in my home because they had to go into to show the replay. And we all hit the ceiling and started calling the cable company, screaming and yelling. And I didn't know who won. It looked like Dan Severn was going to win the fight. And I had to find out the next day.
Oh my
God! Because back then the fights had no time limits in the UFC.
So and you paid full amount. They didn't give you.
I got
a
a refund. You better believe it, baby. You
Oh,
better
yeah,
believe
of
I got a
course.
refund. But here we are. We do have time limits in this fight. But nonetheless, it doesn't appear like either man. I don't know. I would have to say Severn has done the cleaner work, but Kimo has landed shots, like especially kicks. So this fight is very even to me. Too even.
Yeah, it's too even. They should. That was a good left, but he should follow it up. Left hook, right straight. Learn one combination. Right straight, left hook, right straight. You see, he hits him again with the right, but he doesn't continue. It's only one punches.
Quit dropping your head. Back on that leg.
I don't know that the audience were looking forward to seeing Kimo and Dan Severn in a boxing match. I really don't.
No.
I don't think so.
But you know, if it's only boxing, it probably wouldn't make more exciting because I guess now they are afraid for a takedown. If I throw too much punches, maybe he can take me down. That would maybe the only thing. This would be a good fight to do the tough man. Put him on gloves, no takedowns, and just hitting. Then I think it would be much better now.
Dan Severn traps the leg. Dan Severn looking like he's trying to got the side mount. Kimo really doing some good leg work here. Kimo almost getting guard, but Dan passing that guard time and time again.
It was not a takedown, he actually fell.
Well, actually, he caught the leg. Kimo threw a roundhouse kick at the leg, and Dan grabbed the leg momentarily, and he fell backwards. But now they're restarting him standing. I would have actually liked to have seen him restart it with Kimo on his back with Severn standing up. That would have been interesting, a new dynamic to this marathon of inactivity.
You got away with words, Mr. Fight Professor.
I don't know if that was a classic punch combination we just saw.
Yeah, I saw it in a high school once or two. No, never mind.
It's interesting because a lot of people will pull out martial art magazines and they'll open it up to a technique section and they'll start criticizing the techniques. But it would be easy for those people maybe to watch this and criticize the techniques as well.
I think it will be better, yeah. They see live what you shouldn't do.
What you shouldn't do. The Boss Rutan system. Boss Rutan, the man of many impersonations, sparing us at this juncture some of the greater impersonations he can do so that we can focus on this ever-active, moving around fight. Who knows what will happen? Will Dan Severn beat Kimo with that vicious right hook, or will Kimo survive the onslaught and institute that devastating K1 low kick?
Which is taking its toll right now. Good looking while you're punching.
Both these men at this moment are intimidating, but I think this matchup, they shut each other down. If they were to fight any other fighter in the heavyweight division, it would be a totally different match. But somehow the chemistry between these two guys, it like neutralizes it.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If they would have a rematch in this fight, I think they wouldn't. Not a lot of people would watch it.
If those flames around Kimo's arms, the tattoos, be fire, Dan Severn ain't gasoline. Dan Severn is water, and he's shutting everything down.
Yes, that was a good one. Now, I don't know what they say now. People are getting rowdy.
Well, people are sitting there in their seats watching two guys throw jabs and missed left hooks and right hands, occasionally a takedown attempt. But it doesn't look like this fight's going to go to the ground anytime soon. At least when Kimo goes to the ground, even when he panics, it's exciting.
You're absolutely right. My God, how many times did I say this to you? You got some good remarks, Mr. Fight Professor. Doing real good. But he's got a good takedown defense, we saw. And his explosion was good. Here we go.
And there's the shot, and Severn driving hard for that single. Kimo really got a good sprawl, keeping the hips down low. Kimo should throw the knee right here to the dome. Kimo should throw that knee. He's got double underhooks there. Severn punching his way out.
Oh my God, keep going now. He should do something now.
Severn, don't let him pull the knee pads. Punch him.
Jesus Christ. Oh, keep going. He shouldn't stop.
They go back into this lull, this jogging pace that they've had. This isn't a sprint, folks. This is a jog. As much as I hate to be critical, this is not an exciting match.
No, but trust me, when they come home and they watch the tape, they will think exactly the same. So it's not us. They will, and if they do think, then there's something wrong.
Well, there's strategy, but then you have to think in terms of, you got 45,000 people in the audience. Now, these guys in the back of their minds have to think, do people want to spend $20, $30, $40, $100, $200 to see me do this? Probably not.
No, I can tell you with 100% nod.
Because as much as the purists want to believe it's all about technique and strategy, this is entertainment. And if it's not entertaining, you will be out of a job soon.
I hear the people booing, and I'm telling you, I've been fighting here now for like 4 years, and I've never heard that before. It's like
in Japan, right?
In Japan, yeah. So it's crazy, They don't do that, the Japanese audience, but now they do. But it seems like they're picking up right now.
I don't know. Some people say, what was the greatest fight in mixed martial arts history? This may be in the Raspberry Awards for maybe not the greatest fight, maybe one of the slowest fights. What do you think, boss?
Now it comes up together with
Severn versus Shamrock.
Shamrock, yeah, that was there. That was the same thing. Not an exciting fight.
No, this is tedium personified. I hate to say it.
Yep.
I know both guys. Both guys are great guys, classy guys even. Gentlemen, Dan Severn, a really good person. He's a wrestling coach in Michigan. Kimo, obviously a born-again Christian, got the Jesus tattoo. That's a commitment to Christianity, isn't it? It's not like you can take that one back. I mean, you could maybe laser surgeries, maybe 5 or 6 times get that removed, but that's a commitment.
That's a big commitment, especially coming in with that cross. You remember in the UFC?
That cross must have got him tired. Maybe that's why I got tired against Royce Gracie.
That's probably the reason.
Severn looked like he's going in for the kill here. I don't know, but I don't know that there's any kill to go for.
Yeah.
Severn slapping away. Trying to out-slap Kimo here. And Severn pawing away at Kimo. Kimo.
No. There's got some action. He should go.
He's going to go to the ground. He's got the body lock. He's dragging him down. Severn trying to claw his way in.
Keep slapping around.
The referee, Kimo bought some time by grabbing the ropes. Looks like Severn's got a little bit of a shiner. Severn's trying to make this into a fight. There we go. He finally trips him, gets him down. Kimo trying to buck that knee up, trying to go for guard. Severn kneeing away. Severn got side mount. Severn getting busy. Severn in control here now. We wish we would have seen this 20 minutes ago, but we'll take it now. Becky Levi in Severn's corner, screaming instructions. That's a big woman right there.
There you go. 10 seconds.
Now it's getting 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left. Kimo doesn't know what to do. Kimo really needs to get guard here, but with 10 seconds left, he should just lock Severn up and just hold.
They should have started out like this, man. I'm telling you. That's why I said, I wish he went to the ground. At least we're going to see some action. But in the beginning of the fight, it would have been the same thing. Now,
okay, there's the end to this.
To say, I'm happy it's over.
Now, Severn, the best part of the fight is his after post-fight look.
Hear the audience.
They're relieved.
They're booing. This is not right. It's they're relieved.
Sorry, but they're relieved. Thank God it's over.
Oh my God.
What? If only I could hear and translate those comments coming from the audience.
Oh my
Probably
God.
wouldn't be repeatable here, folks. But the fight has been declared a, quote, draw, unquote.
Yeah. It was a good call.
Yeah, that was a real good call in this.
The corner is happy. They're happy and smiling. Yeah. You know that.
Yeah, well, they're happy that
Wow.
he went the distance with Dan Severn, but to go into a fight with your mission just to make it the distance, why even take the fight?
Yeah, there's no excitement. That's what the people want to see, because
We
this way
got a
they're never
replay
gonna
here of what?
Of
We got a replay of them slapping away and Severn missing every one of those punches and going for the body lock, and he trips and finally gets a takedown into the side mount. We're into the main event on the right with the shaved head, looking a lot like Boss Rutan, only from Brazil. It's Rickson Gracie, and there's Nobuhiko Takada, probably the most famous professional wrestler in Japan, Boss.
Yes, he is. He came into the dojo in the Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club, and
Takada did.
Takada did. I can't say. I don't think he's going to win this fight. I mean, against an expert like Rickson Gracie.
There's the national anthem for Brazil, the Brazilian flag there, Rickson, being from Rio de Janeiro. Rickson, known as maybe one of the greatest, if not the top, jiu-jitsu fighters to ever come out of Brazil, got a legendary reputation on the streets of Brazil, has had a number of behind doors matches with rivalries with the luta libre system. He fought Hugo Duarte twice, who's a really well-known luta libre guy down there. Fought him to a draw on a beach until the cops came, beat him on a closed-door match. Rickson has won a number of fights in Japan, most recently winning 2 8-man tournaments, the Japan Vale Tudo 94, and that was on July 29th, 1994, and then winning another 8-man tournament, Japan Vale Tudo 1995, and that was on April 20th, 1995. So I broke into the tournament circuit. The competition in those 2 tournaments wasn't the level of some of the people who have fought in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, but nonetheless, Rickson, being 185 pounds, was able to institute his formidable jiu-jitsu skills.
Yes, exactly right. I just want to see him fight like a top guy also, you know what I mean?
Well, Takada has really baited Rickson and tried to get Rickson into a match. She's singing the Japanese national anthem. There's the flag, the rising sun. Nobuhiko Takada is, let's say, as popular as Hulk Hogan would be in the United States on the pro wrestling circuit. He's a famous pro wrestler in Japan. In his pro wrestling career, he's shown that he can punch and kick and do leg locks, but that's all pro wrestling.
It's all pro wrestling.
But
It
now
doesn't
we're
mean
seeing him
anything.
fight a real fight against a person some people feel is the greatest fighter in mixed martial arts, Rickson Gracie. There's a hardcore contingency of Rickson supporters that feel that Rickson is the best. A number of people in Japan feel that Takada is the best. Now, Takada, one of his best friends, or formerly best friends, Yoji Anjo, Takada had challenged Rickson in the Japanese press year after year and said, Rickson, come fight me. Rickson said no, he wouldn't fight him because he's a pro wrestler and it wouldn't look good.
Yep.
But now he accepts this fight. Evidently, they came across with enough money to bring Rickson over. Previously, Takada's friend, Yoji Anjo, went to Los Angeles to Rickson's studio with a film crew and news reporters, challenged Rickson at his own studio. Rickson put a merciless beating on Anjo.
Oh, yeah.
Behind closed doors. And one of his home video people videotaped it. I know people that have seen the site. People know that Rickson Gracie, like him or hate him, has got killer instincts.
Oh, for sure. Hey, listen, I'm not going to say anything. He's phenomenal in submissions. His stand-up striking, actually, he has done. But the striking he does on the ground looks real solid. He's got power. And what you said, he's got the hunger.
And why wouldn't Rickson take this fight against, you're talking money here, you're talking fame, and anybody that's seen this guy's pro wrestling fights, it's pretty impressive. But the question remains, can Nobuhiko Takada make his mixed martial arts debut against, of all people, Rickson Gracie, who Royce Gracie, who won 3 UFC titles, says is 10 times better than him? Chances are good he's not going to win.
I really don't see it, but hey, we have to wait and see. You never know. He's got to catch him with a right straight or something like that before the takedown.
I like Rickson Gracie. I think Rickson Gracie is a class act. I think Rickson Gracie's got phenomenal economy in what he does, but we're going to see here jiu-jitsu versus pro wrestling in its purest form. Rickson almost looking like a robot. He's got that stomp kick.
Like Yul Brynner in that movie, in that...
The King and I?
No, when he...
oh, you're talking about Westworld.
Yeah, Westworld. He looks like him kind of bit, huh?
Yeah, he does. Good thing he doesn't have the 6-shooter. Takada circling to his right, wondering if Takada punches, Rickson's going to shoot in. If Takada kicks, Rickson's going to grab the leg. Rickson moving forward, wanting the clinch, wanting Takada to throw a strike so he can clinch up, take it to the ground. Takada should throw a high kick. Just if he's going to go to the ground, just throw a high kick.
I would say the same thing.
Throw a high kick.
Just
throw
thinking
right,
of it, man.
Just if he starts circling to the
He's
left.
running away. He starts running away.
But Rickson's not running after him. Rickson playing the mind game. There really is no mind game because Takada needs to show Rickson he's better than he is. I'll tell you one thing, Rickson's focused in this fight. That is the look of focus, boss.
Oh, no, he's always focused. That's what I said. Once it's on the ground, his striking on the ground is solid.
There's a low kick. It didn't really land on the thigh. It was down below by the calf. It didn't even affect Rickson.
But the 45,000 people thought it did.
Those 40
in my ears.
You better believe those 45,000 people want Takada to win. They want Rickson, the legend, the man who is known above all others as to epitomize what jiu-jitsu is. They want their pro wrestling champion to beat him. Rickson's got other ideas, though. Rickson coming in with a jab and that stomp kick. Rickson getting almost a body lock. Takada keeping him out at bay with the underhook. Takada hang on to the rope. Rickson's got the leg. They better not break him. Rickson can't be happy with that. He had the leg. The takedown was imminent. Rickson cannot be happy with that.
No, that wasn't fair.
I don't think it matters to Rickson. I think Rickson knows it's going to go to the ground. Rickson's undefeated. The claim is, I haven't seen any videotape or statistics or newspaper articles to substantiate this, but the claim is that Rickson's got 400 victories and no losses.
Yeah, it's a beautiful even number also.
But oh, here we go. We're on the ground. Takada is not giving up the takedown. Takada with the knee, back position, beautiful tight double takedown body slam. Rickson did it. Rickson's got the mount, boss. It's a matter of time.
Very nice. Nice takedown.
Worst case scenario has just unfolded for Takada. He got taken down by a beautiful double leg takedown by Rickson Gracie, turned into a body slam, textbook, cross facing there with the right hand in front of Takada. Takada in a bad position. As soon as those as soon as those arms got unlocked behind Rickson grind away. Rickson's going to go for the armbar.
It must. This is like, please. This is finally I see somebody using the crossface. You know, I always see these people in position and they keep holding as a cross-face, the guy. He's good body shots, you see? That's what I'm saying. The body shots he gives and the shots in the head are solid. For some reason on the ground, he's got good striking skills.
I'll tell you one thing. Out of all the fights we've seen tonight, Rickson Gracie has got the most economy, the best technique, and the best strategy.
That's it.
I think he, so far, pound for pound, of this fight card, is the superior fighter, and he's really instituting that here against Nobuhiko Takada. He played his game. Takada doesn't seem to have a clue here. His footwork, he should have his feet planted on the ground. He should be sliding his elbows against Rickson's knee, get Rickson sitting over his hips and try and buck him or try to go out the back door. He doesn't seem to have the facility, boss.
No, not any skill, because everybody knows if you sit in a position like this and you stay in it, it's real stupidity. You have to try to escape the mount. Oh, here we go. He's going to go for armbar.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Takada's got the hands locked. Takada taps out. That was a quick one, folks. That was a quick one. Rickson Gracie continues his undefeated streak with an armbar victory over the most famous pro wrestler in Japan, Nobuhiko Takada.
Beautiful armbar, but man, I saw it coming 20 seconds before this. Takada should work a little bit more on submissions, I guess.
I'll tell you though, Rickson did what he had to do. I don't think in his mind he wanted to fight Takada being a pro wrestler because of the implications, but nonetheless, he fought him, took him down, mounted him, grounded and pounded. Takada bridged, posted the arms. There's Yoji Angelo, the man who Rickson beat down in the studio, trying to comfort Takada.
No, he did what he had to do.
Rickson
he came in, exactly like you said, some good striking, good setup, boom, boom, go for the armbar, nice armbar.
The technique was perfect.
Yep.
The strategy was perfect. I think he knew that that Takada really was going to fold because, after all, experience counts for so much, boss.